Good afternoon and welcome to the Perkins Garages YouTube channel for an MG3 exclusive navigation walk around video. Before we do get started, if you are enjoying our content, hit on the subscribe button and never miss a minute of us ever again. So currently at Perkins Garages we have two Southwark Silver and two Brixton Blue MG3 exclusive navigations, pre-registered, all ready to go. So I'm going to walk you around this one in particular because they are effectively the exact same vehicle but just different colours. So the MG3 features the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated VTI-Tech engine, and that produces 106 PS of power. That power is then transmitted through the front wheels through a 5-speed manual gearbox. MGs are covered under a 7-year 80,000 mile MG warranty, and that is exactly what you shall start. So 7 years of trouble-free motoring. Equally so, every MG gets a years of AA breakdown cover, and every time you get it serviced at an MG dealership, that will continue for a further year. So let me take you around these gorgeous little MG3s. And I know you're not here to listen to my opinion, well, I guess you are, but the MG3 is possibly one of my favourite in the range. It's exceptional value, you get tons of specification, they're very safe, and they've got, again, they are great fun to drive. They're very light, very agile. I very much enjoy driving these MG3s. They're a small little hatchback, but they do pack a punch. I'm over 6 foot in height, I fit in here just perfectly. They've got enough space for me, and they've got all the tech I'd ever want from a vehicle. So let me run you through some of that tech. Starting at the near side front, I was going to show you the daytime runners, but without the ignition on, they don't turn on. So inside the headlamps here, this beam here is an LED daytime running lamp, and what that does is gives you the ultimate visibility no matter the lighting condition. So even on the brightest of autumn days like today, you're still going to be perfectly visible to other road users. I'm a big fan of the chrome front grille there with the gorgeous MG badge inside that honeycomb style front grille. Moving our way around to the offside front now, we can start to have a look at the Y-spoke design. They are 16-inch machine cut alloy wheels. So I'll give you a good look at those. So what machine cut alloy wheels are, they give it a silver shiny face at the front with a gloss black just behind. The MG3s also come with the silver painted brake calipers, making it look very nice indeed. Equally on the wheels here, this here is a TPMS sensor, a tyre pressure management system. So you can view your tyre pressures live on the FICM module. It's a very handy bit of tech. If you get into your car in the morning and you had a deflated tyre, you're going to be alerted to that instantly. Equally so, we have a tyre sealant kit and compressor to help you out in that event. In the windscreen there, we have a light sensor. So when the sun goes down, the moon comes up, your lights will come on automatically. So starting to progress our way around the body of the MG3 now, we are going to go all the way back to the offside rear quarter, and from here I'm going to show you just how lovely the shape of the MG is. So I'm just going to give a quick tour around the body there, so get nice and wide to it. You have a beautifully designed rear end. It's very compact. It's like a little TARDIS though, because you still have a very large volume boot. Those of you who are interested, we do have rear drums on the back of these vehicles. So if you're not a technician, basically rear drums are ultra efficient and ultra long lasting. So a vehicle this size with this power, they are the perfect rear brake to have on the vehicle because they're going to last you years. They're self-adjusting, so you're not going to have any maintenance bills for your rear brakes for ages. Starting to move away around the rear of the MG3 now, so give you a good look at that. The MG3s come with rear parking sensors, complemented beautifully with a high definition reversing camera. We're going to start to make our way around the near side of the vehicle now. Well, obviously you guessed it, it's exactly the same as the other side. I'm just going to show you that as well. So this Southwark Silver is a beautiful colour. It's quite unique actually, don't see many vehicles coloured like this, and just look how gorgeous that looks in the sunshine. A massive fan. As you can see the alloys there as well, glistening. Okay, so that's the exterior taken care of. Let's have a look inside the front. Well, before we do that, we do have LED rear lights as well, some fantastic SIAC light technology lights. So make sure the car's unlocked, underneath the little clasp here is the release point for the boot. So again, these are like little TARDISes in here. They're absolutely massive rear boots in here. I've driven these plenty of times before to training courses all the way around the country, and perfect for any luggage. So a couple of suitcases, your personal luggage. You'll get your golf clubs in there. You might have to take your driver out, but you get your golf clubs in there quite happily as well. But yeah, very nice boot indeed. Underneath the liner here, we have additional storage. That looks about the perfect shape for a bottle of wine when you're coming out of Tesco's, or just your groceries or anything like that. We don't want rolling around. Additional storage. Pull it up a bit more, then that exposes the tie sealant and compressor. So again, you have the TPMS system on board. If you did have a flat tyre, plug in your compressor and your sealant, and it's a very safe way. I personally think it's a lot safer than changing a spare wheel on the side of the road. You plug it in, let it do its magic. Okay, so progressing on to the interior for the MG3s. So looking at the offside rear door card, we have a very hard wearing durable plastic design on the door cards. 4 electric windows, so you get a electric window control on every door card. The exclusive comes with a part leather, part cloth interior design. I'll give you a good look at that. So the leather is around the outside, and it's all defined by some lovely white stitching. It looks very smart indeed. If you require a ISO fixing seat, we have one on the near side rear and one on the offside rear. So clip the kiddie seats in, keep them nice and secure in transit. Just give you a good look at the legroom as well, because these are very well proportioned cars. Again, I'm quite a tall lad, and I fit in these just fine, and even enough room in the back for actual people as well. Okay, so driver's side now. Let's have a look in the driver's side. 4 electric window controls are found on the driver's door card, along with the child lock for the rear windows just there as well. Interior locking can be found just next to the door handle. Spinning the camera around once again, we can have a look at the front seats. Again, a part leather, part cloth design with some beautiful white stitching all the way around. These are manually controlled seats, so you have one for your rear tilt, you have a height adjustment, and your forward and backwards is found at the front. So what I'm going to do now is just jump inside the vehicle. You're going to hear a bit of distortion on my microphone, so please just bear with me for a second. Okie dokie, thanks for your patience. Now inside the vehicle. Again, remote central locking with a key. So that goes in the standard. I should stop looking at my camera when I'm doing this, it makes my life a lot more difficult. Okay, so foot to press on the clutch, spin that round, and that will gain us power to the vehicle. The first thing I need to attend to is turning the air conditioning down slightly so you can all hear me. Beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do to begin with inside the interior of the MG3 is eliminate all that light like so, and give you a quick tour around the driver display. The left hand side is an RPM gauge, that is RPM times 1000, and what that does, it counts the revolutions of the crankshaft. In the middle we have a coolant temperature sensor, but we don't actually have a digital readout like normal. We have a blue light when the vehicle is cold. When it's up to temperature, that will then disappear. If the vehicle was overheating, that will be displayed red, but you won't ever see that. Indicators are found at the front there, so it's a nice little visual, like so. And on the right hand side there we have your miles per hour, so your speedo. So miles per hour on the outside and kilometres an hour in the middle. So if you're going over to the continent, a fantastic little design. We have a little bar fuel gauge to the right hand side there as well, and we have this little computer down at the bottom there, so that will give you a gear indicator to the left hand side, so currently in neutral, and the odometer, so it's currently displaying 9 miles. This car has been through a PDI, a post delivery inspection, so we've got a few miles on it because the technicians have been testing it. So, and obviously moving around for delivery, we have an ambient air temperature, and we have a digital fuel gauge as well, so you can see your range in the exact mileage. Instantaneous MPG, we have an average MPG, and back to your digital. I think that's your average speed, my apologies. Might be a digital speedo, either or. There we are. And we have your service schedule as well, so it tells you exactly how many miles before your next service. So that's a bit about the driver display there. If I just lose the zoom. To the right hand side of the steering wheel, you'll find your cruise control. So it's a very nice place to keep it, just by your right thumb. So it's very easy to engage the system, then set your speed plus or minus either side, and resume it down the bottom there as well. This button here is for a voice command. So basically, if you had your phone connected via Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay, what you can do is click on that and it will activate a voice assistant. So for example, I am an iPhone user, like many people are. What you can do is activate Siri. And Siri, you can ask to do whatever you want, really. So whether you're asking about the weather, whether you're asking the football scores, whether you're asking to make phone calls, send text messages, play music, set navigation, it's all hands-free. So it's a very important bit of spec I don't think enough people use. So that's about the voice command. The star button there is a programmable button, so you can program that to be either a home button for the entertainment screen or again for your CarPlay, which I shall describe to you in a minute. The left hand side of the steering wheel, you'll find all of your media controls. You have a volume plus and minus, you have a previous song, next song, and a mute button in the middle. Again, the phone is regarding to your phone connectivity, so you can pick up or decline incoming phone calls. The SRC button, that refers to input source. So if you're listening to your radio, then fancy listening to your tunes on your phone, click that button and it will change the source of the media. I'm going to just jolt the steering wheel just down slightly so we can see the indicator stalk. Well, the indicator stalk here is where you'll find your automatic light function. So leave it in auto and you'll barely need to use that again. Put it forward for your full beam and push it forward for constant full beam. Very easy. So that's a bit about the steering wheel and all the controls. Progressing now to look at the centre console. So we start down the bottom here. This is the 5-speed manual gearbox. So the major differences between the outgoing MG3 model and the facelift model is they've actually made a weighted gear selector. So when you're changing gear, it's a very positive, sporty sensation. So you can just see how that just jumps into gear. Again, the drivability of an MG3 is one of my favourites. These drive beautifully. It's an old school, naturally aspirated engine. It's fantastic. I really am a fan. Down there we have a button for the traction control on and off. We have the 4-way hazard light, and this E with a circle around it is for automated start stop. So when you get to a junction, the engine will cut out, saving you some fuel, and when you're about to progress again, the engine will then instantly come back on, ready to drive away. Down the bottom there is a 12-volt socket and a USB-A. USB-A's typically deliver 2.1 amps of charging, and that socket will also be used for your Apple CarPlay. Looking at the screen very quickly, so let me just get the light away, my apologies. It's a very sunny autumn day today. Okay, I'm going to do this then. Please just bear with me for a second. Live video, people. Okay, so that's a little bit better. So I'm a big fan of the way that this module is configured. Once you know what all the coloured tiles do, it's very easy to navigate. Media is found on the top left screen. DAB, AM, FM, and your Bluetooth audio at the bottom. This silver button here is a home button, so when you click that, it will return you back to your home screen. The blue tile for phone, that is going to be for your Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect your phone via Bluetooth nice and easily. Click the home button once more, and we're back to here. I mentioned earlier we have the tyre pressure monitoring system, so you can see all the live tyre pressures and temperatures as you're going along. Again, this will indicate if you did have a deflation, so if you did have a deflated tyre, you'll get a light for that as well. Home button once more, back to square one. These two tiles here are for USB input of media such as photos and videos. We have the setup screen at the top right hand side, so you can adjust all your audio, your time, your Bluetooth, your display settings and things like that from there. And finally, the bottom right hand tile is where you'll find your navigation. So you can click on the navigation tile and wait for it to load up. So we do have a very good MG navigation system on the MG3 exclusive, but if it wasn't tickling your fancy, you didn't like it, if it did have the Apple CarPlay connected, you can use your Apple Maps or even Waze. So a lot of people like using Waze these days, but this navigation is fantastic. Used it all the time, not a problem. Go into there and it gives you, so if you're search keywords such as pizza in there, for example, on the right hand one, this is where you'll put in your postcode. For example, you'd like to come to Perkins, you're going to need Charlie Mike, get the numbers 77 6, back to letters, click the wrong button there, my apologies, Sarah Alpha, found it straight away, click on that again. There we are. It's located us a route to Perkins. Obviously I'm at the back, so I'm not going to click start, but you'll have all your voice commands on there as well. So that's a little bit around the FICM module, and that is the MG3 exclusive in a nutshell. Any further information you might require, please do give one of the sales team a call on 01376 550 899. These pre-regs aren't going to last long, as if you are interested, pick the phone up. Thanks for watching, subscribe, like, and if you have anything nice to say, leave a comment below. Thanks, bye bye.